People deluded, I'm back again. Now, this is on the eve of us playing against Crystal Palace, so allow me if there's any injuries and things like that, people. Obviously, I can't predict the future. But on Wednesday, Arsenal welcomed Blackpool to their home place, or the Emirates. So, yeah, ironically, our under-18s played them last year. So, yeah, we might as well preview it. Now, before I get on to the meat and gritty of it and the meat of it, welcome home to Mark Bowler. For those who don't know, former academy fullback/defender, obviously making the grade at any club is tough, was released, found himself at League One club Blackpool. I actually saw him score a goal the other day. It was quite a good finish. He darted around people. Ironically, I did see, if I remember rightly, 2 Blackpool players get sent off, him being one of them. For whatever reason, I can't remember. And I think he won the appeal, but it's quite eventful at Blackpool. So now, yeah, first and foremost, you want to avoid a giant killing. If you're Blackpool, no disrespect to them and League One and them things there, but this is probably the biggest game, or if maybe not biggest in terms of promotion and them things, but in terms of opposition, it's their biggest side. A lot of these players in their side a lot of their players have good pedigree and have played at one point in the academies of Liverpool and clubs like that, and some have Premier League experience, but the majority, this is as good as it gets for them. This will be a career highlight for them that they played against Arsenal. This is the games you're looking at in the season. They're playing at the Emirates. I'm sure you don't know who's watching these football games. You're playing in League One now. If you play good against us, you might get a move in January. Obviously, these are the games they want to get tickets for their family, and they're going to get on TV highlights and things like that. So they relish this. They've got nothing to lose. Everybody expects Arsenal, regardless of the opposition that goes out there, to be able to win. So we need to, first and foremost, no complacency, regardless of the team. Go out there and win. We know we've had some testing periods now. We're just off. We're on the eve of playing against Crystal Palace, which would be our 3rd game in a week. Then we've got Wednesday against Blackpool, and then we've got Liverpool. And then I believe the following week we return. It's either the international break or the Europa League returns. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Either way, it's a testing time for the squad. Like, this really tests the squad. It doesn't matter if you're a regular or you play sporadically. Games are coming thick and fast. Time to earn your spot and things like that. So we're going against a team that plays some good football as well. They're not Barcelona, but they definitely try and get the ball down and play. They've got I wouldn't say a young squad, but when I was looking on their profiles and stuff, the average, I don't know the average age in it, people, but I was seeing 24, 25, 26. So on one hand it is young, but on the other hand they're not exactly newcomers, fresh around the block. I mean, they sit 12th. They've got 5 wins from 14, 2 defeats, seven draws as well. I believe they lost 3-2 or 3-1 to Brentford, Fleetwood Town on Saturday. So by that logic, they have an extra 24 hours rest because we're playing on Sunday. You would think that the players have tomorrow off. Monday we'll have tomorrow off, or a light session before they go again on Tuesday, and then obviously they have a session, probably a light session, and then we play on Wednesday evening. So it's a testing time. They've got some good players. They've got Defonso, who once played for Villa. They've got Jay Spearing, players that have Premier League experience. They've got he hasn't got Premier League experience, but they've got 6'4" top goal scorer with 4 goals. Grandulet, I can't say his name. Either way, when we see it on Wednesday, people will see a 6'4" plus striker playing up front in it. He's played for El Havre, or he's played for them at academy level, so he's got a good pedigree. And if I'm him, 6'4", it doesn't matter what ability you have, that's going to be a handful for any centre half. So there are players there that we need to be wary of. They've got 3 ex-Liverpool lads. They've got an ex-Villa lad. They've actually got an ex-Arsenal lad. So there's some pedigree within that. For those of you that remember Max Clayton, former crew lad when he was there with Nick Powell, who went to United and wherever he is now, I think he's at Hull or something. But this guy is 24 years of age now, playing in League One. I remember at 14, 15 years of age when he was playing, every top 6 side or every big club in the land wanted him. I'm so sure Liverpool offered £1 million to take him. It didn't quite happen for him, and whether he's reached potential or not, it hasn't happened. And they've also got Rowan Roach, an 18-year-old young player, who seems to be the standout for them in regards to young prospects. So they've got a good side. They've got a good side, man. They're not to be underestimated. So yeah, all we can do is win. I mean, if any, yeah, this might not be the cup that you want to necessarily win, or you're dying to win, or anybody dreams of. But for me personally, we got to the final last year. We played a great City side and we got disgraced. I would like us to win it for that basic. You wanna go one better than you did last year. Unai just joined the club, so a trophy's a trophy at the end of the day. I mean, we can start an agenda how Pochettino doesn't have one. You guys, Spurs fans, I love you, and Poch, you know you're my guy. But yeah, it sets the precedent. You always, as a new manager or new manager at these clubs, you chasing that one trophy. It doesn't mean, if he wins this, it doesn't mean people leave him alone and don't ask questions, but it's that first precedent. It's that first thing to get you going. It's them first, it might only be the Carabao Cup, but it'll be the first trophy he lifts as an Arsenal manager. Assuming Aubameyang and Lacazette, if we get their play apart, their first trophy at Arsenal. Socrates the same. Arsenal fans, well, I haven't in my lifetime seen us win it as well, so there's enough carrots being dangled to want to win it, to create a winning experience. Trophies are trophies, and the experience of winning a trophy is infectious. I look at my Sunday league. I left Edmonton All-Stars A to leave Edmonton to join. I didn't want to, but I left them to join the B side because they're winning trophies. And I remember when we won the league title, we were too young. I don't know how we had champagne. Shout out to the coach, but we popped the champagne, and it was a real good feeling. And then when you want to win it next year, or you not only want to win the league, you want to win the domestic cup. Winning becomes infectious, and your players are at Arsenal, so you should want to win regardless of going through this anyways. But you get the point, people. So last thing is probably the lineup, and I must admit, I'm a bit in two minds. Czech's fit. He probably play. There's good. I don't want to say probably, but there's a good chance he plays against Palace based on reports. So maybe Leno has to play in the cup against Blackpool. I also feel you could give you these are a game you could probably not because of no disrespect to the level of the opposition, but you would think Martinez would be okay to be in goal in a game like this. So I'm torn between Leno and Martinez. I'll go with Leno. I'll give Leno the nod. Left back, sorry, depending on fitness, but I'd like to think Kohler would be fit, so I'm going to play Kohler. If he's not fit, then there's a case for Maitland Niles, who I want to start him in midfield, but there's a case over his. I don't know how far along he's on in his schedule, whatever the club is doing with him. But so Leno in goal, Kohler at left back, right back Lick, as some people like to comment in my team. Let's call him Lick. At right back, I'm gonna go with. I think Holding, it would be harsh if I see Holding lose his place against Palace. It'll be quite harsh because he started the last 3-4 games, 3 in the League, 4 in Europa League. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but he could find himself out the side. To which, if he is out the side, I would play Holding with I'd actually play Holding and Mustafi. I do think you could probably get away with playing Socrates, but want to be a bit sensible considering he's had a little knocks and stuff. So I'd say Mustafi and Socrates. Midfield, Guendouzi and Maitland Niles. If Maitland Niles isn't fit, I'll actually play Aaron Ramsey. El Nene would probably play, but I would like to see the two young G's, in fact. And I'd play Emil Smith Rowe. I would like to see him play in the 10 position. And I'd play a bit of experience up front in Mkhitaryan, Welbeck and Aubameyang. But I must admit, people, when it comes to Maitland Niles, Aaron Ramsey, I'm fighting between putting them in the side. But to recap, left back, in goal, Leno. Right back, Lickstein. Left back, Kohler. Centre half, we've got Holding and Mustafi. Midfield, I'm going with Maitland Niles and Guendouzi. Our boy Emil in the 10 position. Front 3 positions, you could actually swap Emil with Mkhitaryan, but front 3 positions, Mkhitaryan, Danny Wells and Aubameyang, sorry. So yeah, I must admit, I do want to start Lacazette now, but regardless of the team, no disrespect to Blackpool, regardless of even if El Nene starts, no disrespect to him, there should be enough to get through that Blackpool result, regardless of the team that goes out there. We can't accept defeat, can't accept a giant killing, cannot accept going out at the first stage, which I'm sure Emre's not on as well, because he's way more pragmatic than previous coaches. But for now, anyways, people, deluded, comment, subscribe, and do the rest, man. You guys have to allow me. I'm only doing this Blackpool preview now because I can't lie to you, like, Arsenal, after the Arsenal game, it's El Clasico, and I'm going to have to miss a lot of it, making the review and the player ratings and any other points I want to make. So I'm sure you guys will allow me now and again. Just allow me in it. Anyways, people, deluded, it's been a pleasure, man. Get in a comment, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. I am personally out now.